Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Beating Band Playoffs Round 2. This is the best of the best players competing one round at a time. Today we are on IKIGAI ENSO for round 2 of the playoffs. You're going to be seeing the lead card here, all the best players from the first round. ENSO is a really tough layout. It requires a very precise long drives and then cleaning up with a clean throw in afterwards. Let's take a look at who our competitors are going to be today. First up is Reese. He's your two-time world champion in Disc Golf Valley out of Dallas, Texas. He's been playing since March of 2020. Wonder if he joined during COVID the way I did. His favorite disc is the shift, specifically the accurate glide shift that Reese helped to design. And you'll see him throwing that plenty. And it's a proud moment. Reese owns the only Pioneer Pizza from the Pioneer Pizza on Downtown 9. Next up on lead card is Smuh out of Jämsä, Finland, playing since June of 2020 when he first downloaded, but really started playing again in 2023. Favorite disc is his accurate windbreak fuse, and his proudest moment in the game is meeting the other Finns. The Finnish Disc Golf Valley players have a cool little group that they actually get together in person to hang out and collaborate with each other. Next is Fergie4rlz. We saw him on the feature card in round 1. He is #1 on the global rankings, and he knows it. He's going to show you there. We'll see him bringing out his accurate sticky sapphire again and see if he can keep it strong and take down these beating band playoffs. Rounding out the lead card is Chasen out of Miami, Florida. By far the youngest player on the lead card. Playing since June of 2023, so pretty recent as a player. Favorite disc is his MD1, and I believe he actually has the accurate windbreak MD1 from beating Bam. First hole here is Enso. We're playing it through backwards, so it's Enso 9. Get a big drive off the tee, usually forehand for a right-handed player. Let it fade hard down the hillside, and don't miss that throw in because you hit the cage. You will surely drop into the water. First on the box is Chasen, as we expect, taking the glide skip drive on the forehand. Big high shot so that can fade down towards the right, and looks like he's going to have a look from 29 meters. Fergie4rlz also taking his glide skip drive on a very similar line, fade it down the hill, and looks like he's going to have a similar look for that eagle. Let's see what Smuh's going to do. Smuh's going to take his glide skip drive, just about the same aim point, just about the same hyzer, and he's going to skip down this hillside for approximately, oh, okay, he got some better ground place. He's going to have a better look for eagle. Is there anything to accept the glide skip drive here? Well, yes, here's our 2 times world champ, Reese, showing us that he can do it with the glide water skip adder. So this definitely isn't going to make it as far down the green. What if he's going to have a look at this? And no, this far up, there's almost no chance he's taking a look. 190, I feel like it's got to be a layup, right? He's taking his Survivor disc that he got from getting the top 10 in Survivor, laying up down to the base, and he's going to have a quick putt in for his birdie when he gets there. Here's Chasen finishing out. Oh, just off the top right side chains. So looks like he's going to be taking a birdie here. Fergie up next, 120 feet away, lining up his accurate windbreak fuse, and quick as that, firing it right into the chains, almost no time taken to think about it. Smuh similarly from 25 meters, lining up and dropping it in. And now Reese is going to finish out with his birdie. Really interesting to see that mindset there happening with Reese. You know, with the world champ history he has, knowing that he's purposely taking that birdie on hole 1, not really giving much of a bid for the eagle, and see if he can make up for it later on in consistency. And so 8 is hole 2 of this layout. It's a tight line off the tee to skip up that hillside. We have Fergie here taking his glide skip DD3. And this is the line I like to take. I think it takes most of the risk out of play. As long as you go right side of that cherry tree or cherry blossom tree, whatever that is at the bottom of the hill, you're going to be pretty safe. Smuh taking the glide skip paradigm. On a similar line, it's going to add some anhyzer to this to counteract that wind. It's a straight pull back into one wind there. And pretty much following Fergie exactly up to the same spot up the hillside. Chasen's taking the outside line, so take the glide skip drive, get it up high, and this can flex back to the fairway and get a good look. Dude, that's just a lantern? Let me see that again. Here it is. And there's the lantern. Did it? Yes. What a terrible break. Hitting the floating lantern, dropping it into the water. Reese is going to take his glide skip Enigma and following the similar line that Fergie and Smuh both took. To the right side of the tree up the gap and to the right side of that cherry blossom tree, skipping up the fairway nicely. Chasing a little bit of frustration there. He's going to try and save this. He's going to take his glide water skip drive. The water skip here is just for the neutral ground play. It's not really serving a water skip purpose. And it's a bit of a scramble. You don't really throw it. Don't hit that lantern. Oh, man. You don't throw that shot often. And scrambling is a tough thing to do in real life disc golf and here as well. Fergie, again, a mindless throw in, taking his eagle. Is Reese from 80 feet with his keystone. Definitely his preferred throw-in disc. We have Smuh from 22 meters. Gonna throw in his accurate windbreak fuse with that Heiser Metal Mayhem stamp. And then Chasen with the putt from 13. Oh no. Oh man. Missed left side. That's going far. So that's the time you want to consider rethrowing. When you have a putt, you rethrow because you don't get stroke penalties in Disc Golf Valley. You just get a rethrow from your previous live, no stroke penalties. Trying to see what's the best way around this from 27 meters down the hillside. It's a tough one, but he is, just a little bit high. That's a rough start there. He's going to take a double on hole 2 down to 15. Fergie at 20, Smuh at 20, and Reese at 19 so far through round 1 and how we are so far into round 2. Enso 7 here is a tight line off that tee, like a lot of these shots. But if you get through there, you're going to be rewarded with a pretty good look at it. Fergie taking his glide water skip DD3. Ooh, just kissed that tree, and it's going to leave him short, but luckily kept him safe, so he's still going to have a look to save that birdie. Smuh's going to show us the line. That's a Reese line or Aaron Christensen line. I'm not sure who had it first. But aim to the left, give it lots of flex, and get a good look up here. If you get through, stop rolling. Oh, stop rolling. All right, well, he's going to have a little bit of work left. Maybe Reese is going to show us here with his drive. I think he'll give it a little bit more anhyzer out of the hand and get a skip off his hillside. And that's the way. Oh, I was going to say that's the way to play it more cleanly, but that double skip ate it up, and Reese unfortunately goes out of bounds. Chasen with the forehand on the glide skip drive. And this was the play that most people were taking prior to that backhand play with the hill skip being discovered. I haven't seen that double skip that Reese got happen before and end up OB like that. The terrible kick. Fergie out here from 247 is going to take his Explorer into the base, and not much to do there except lay up and just take the birdie. Fergie's in, he's going to go to minus 21. Let's see if Reese can save this from 119. He's going to line up the fuse. I'd be guessing it's like a 160 or 170 power the way I aim it. Reese looks like he's thinking it's more 150. And I think Reese is on 150, maybe 160. Would have gotten there a little bit higher, but still a little bit miss off the left side. Reese going to be taking his par. Smuh from 33 meters. I can't convert well to American units, but I know it's going to be a little over 100 feet. And he's knocking that down, taking his eagle there. And finish up with Chasen pinched off after a pretty good drive. He's going to try and get up over the top here and see if he can drop in that arc. But no, it doesn't fade fast enough or have enough lift to get in there. ENSO 6 is definitely one of the easiest ENSO holes. I don't think we're going to see anybody taking this line that the drone is flying right now. Most are going to be taking a backhand in either a water skip or just straight down into the wall to have a fairly short, at least for ENSO, throw in for the eagle. Smuh here with his water skip Sampo. And you power it down a little bit. And this is, I think, a very common water skip way. You purposely hit a little bit of foliage in the tree. That slows you down. So you get the one skip up onto the green and a great look for the eagle from 20 meters there. Fergie's going to take the sticky sapphire. And this is a more direct line. It avoids the trees and it ends up hitting this back wall and slowing down here with that wall to the stop. I like the water skip because I feel like it slows you down a lot more. Reese taking the sample line here. A lot more of a straight pullback, kind of right at it to go at the wall. Yeah, I like the way the water skip slows you down more. Doesn't bring this roll into play. That's scary. Wherever those things stand up to roll, it's a terrifying sight. Chasen with his sticky sapphire. Looks like he's going to be following Fergie, and Smuh the only one to play the water skip line. Everybody else a little bit further out. Here is Chasen from 25 with his spike. He's going to spike it into the basket. Lining up, get that sway just right. Oh man, a little bit low. Everyone else from pretty much the same spot, throwing down to take their eagles, chasing with a lone birdie, and going back of the card there. ENSO 5 now, this is one of my least favorite holes until I got a line from MM93 when he was still playing off to the left side and let it fade down the hill. Looks like similar to here what Smuh is doing with his glide roll rive. And yeah, that's exactly the line. I take that with the glide water skip rive. It looks like the glide roll just got over the top there. It's going to have a look, but it is a long look. Looks like it's glide roll for Fergie as well. He's fading off a little bit earlier to the left. See if this stands up and rolls down the hill a bit. No love there. Still up high by the tree. Reese is taking the glide water skip captain. This is an interesting line, and I think he's hoping to hit here and scoot down the hill a little bit. And it scooted right around there where the other guys are landing. I know Reese recently made a switch to get rid of a roll driver in his bag, so he's not holding one. Have to change up some of his shots to accommodate for not having that stopping power of a roll or sticky distance driver. Fergie from 186. Just a quick layup. Don't take too much time there to think about running it. You're far enough out, and a miss very quickly turns an easy birdie into a quick par. From 126, Reese is lining it up. This is the kind of distance you have to go for it, but it's still risky. Now, off the bottom of the cage, Reese is going to be taking the birdie. Next up, we have Smuh coming from 39 meters. He's going to run it. Let's see if he can knock this down and take the eagle on the card. First eagle that we see here from about 130 feet. And, oh, Smuh just a little bit low. Luckily, he didn't go in the water there. He's going to tap in his birdie. It's Chasen going to take the one eagle. Can somebody do it? There we go. Chasen saving the card. Taking the eagle. Taking the eagle and the box. Now we're on to ENSO 4. The hardest ENSO hole, at least in my opinion. 5 is tough. 4 is pretty tough too. Really tight to make this drive. And then if you don't hit it perfectly, you have a long throw in to boot. Chasen's taking the glide water skips drive and a little bit overturned, hitting the early tree and kicking out to the right. He's going to have a bit of scrambling. Fergie with his glide skip Cloudbreaker DD3, not quite turned over enough. And this runs the risk of going OB long. He didn't turn it over enough. He got lucky to skip up there quite a bit. Reese with the glide skip rive on forehand and a straight pullback. I like this. If this works out well, I might be stealing this line. That looked so easy. All right, I'm gonna watch that back a few times, and I'm gonna be stealing that line from Reese there. Like glide paradigm for Smuh, and he's a little bit overturned as well, going to be scrambling out of these trees. Chasing out of the trees from 78 meters. Gonna get his sticky sapphire around the corner. Just get it up to the. Oh no. Oh, don't do that to him. Man, he doesn't need that. The rough break on hole 2 already. All right. Smuh from 72. He's just gonna throw his fuse up there. I guess he must have known or just trusted that that tree branch did not have any collision there. Because that was mighty fine, close to the cut there. 127 here for Reese. See if he can get his throw in. I think he should be able to from 127, right? Yes, with this sweet winter trail fuse. 94 feet coming for Fergie through the tree. Plan that foliage just right, knowing how it's going to slow him down. Chasen from 62 meters. He's going to line up his I Beat Bam MD1. And that didn't quite fade back enough. It dropped really quickly. I remember that from the Discmania DGV PT. The MD1 just has such a lack of lift. Here we go on ENSO 3. Get something down here to the landing zone over on the right, and then throw across to make the throw in. This is the hole where the eagle is usually a lot more about the throw in than the tee shot. Makes it pretty unique for ENSO. First on the box is Fergie taking his glide sapphire down low on the backhand line. He has to aim really low so this doesn't fade too hard left. If it fades hard, that can quickly go OB there. It's a solid shot, get him out to 150 feet. Reese is going to show us what the shift can do as it turns over to the right and just does not fade back. Barely starting to fight back just a little bit. Some great ground play. And that is a fantastic shot from 116 feet for that eagle. Pretty trivial throw in there. Glide roll ride for Smuh. Get down low on the forehand and give it the Anheuser. If you give it too much, you're not getting back over that railing. You know, I mean, look at all. But Smuh gives it enough that it gets back to the right. A little bit of a weird kick that goes him kind of long, 45 meters, and a weird look at that basket. Chasen also taking the glide roll rive line, and he's going to be down low. You want to stay down low. It's way easier if you're not on that top shelf. And he is down low from 54 meters. See if he can throw in with his MD1. Oh, just low. He's going to tap in this birdie. And look at those scores at the bottom. We see Reese making that comeback on the card. They all started this round at 16 under as Smuh's lined up his fuse over the top. They all started this round at 16 under. Reese made the strategic decision to go for birdie and lay up on hole 1, which was IKIGAI ENSO 9. Not even throwing the skip driver down there. And here he is working his way right back into it, knowing the game plan. We know oh, sand. Sometimes that skips long, goes OB, then you're way back in the drop zone again. We know having game plan and following your game plan is a really important part of league play or tournament play, multi-round competitions. Multiplayer, you can get a little bit cheekier and try some things. But in multi-round competitions like this playoff, there you go, re-sinking the eagle. Shift to the fuse is nice. It's a long game, and he's tied up there with everybody at 27 again with Smuh and Fergie at the top. IKIGAI ENSO 2 is our second to last hole. This one is all about the drive. You can do something like Reese is doing here with his glide skip enigma and let it take the natural turn out of your hand, clear the fence, and keep pushing forward up this hillside. You just don't want to be behind that bamboo, and we'll see if Reese is going to be able to get around that. Fergie's taking his glide skip DD3 on a very similar line. That's fading out early, but is it going to stay up? Not staying up too far, so he's going to have a bit of a longer look there. Smuh is taking his paradigm. And he aimed a little bit higher than I do. But heck, I've been having a problem with turning over too hard to the right. So I think I'll try aiming up a little bit higher the way Smuh does there. He gets 18 meters. Chasen taking a glide skip drive, much more of a flex line, but this is looking beautiful. That's an excellently executed shot by Chasen there. Perfect angle control to get a good look for his eagle. Fergie here from 142, then drop the fuse just low. Going to be taking his birdie. Smuh from 18 meters, hitting his eagle down. Next, we're going over to Chasen from 20 meters. Thoughtless with his spike, just spiking into the basket there. Reese a little bit pinched off behind this bamboo. Let's see if he can get around it. He's thinking keystone, right at it, and hope there's no collision. Hopefully he gets through here clean. Now going to the fuse instead of the keystone. I'm not sure what that decision is for him, why he's switching between the two. But he does sink it down, and he gets his eagle sticking right at the top there. Smuh and Reese tied there. IKIGAI ENSO won as our 9th hole to finish off round 2 of these beating band playoffs. It's pure this drive. Don't skip long into the water. Like many of the ENSO holes, a tight drive through the trees. See if we can get a good look. Glide water skip captain for Reese. He found a line with a straight pullback, it looks like. He's waiting for that sway. Looks like he wanted to sway to at least to the right. I think it might have been top right. Kick off this hillside. Ooh, not the best ground play there. So it's going to leave him a long look if he's going to try and save that eagle. Light glide paradigm for Smuh. Aiming just to the right of that drum and the straight pullback. If you get through those 2 trees right there, this light glide paradigm, I happen to know, usually works out great. And it even drops him to the bottom there. Get the fence out of the way for an easy throw in. Chasen showing some angle control with his glide skip drive. It's going to get much further down there if it gets through. Ooh, behind the drum. This could be a tough spot to throw in from. And the glide water skip DD3 for Fergie. He gets through the gap there, and this usually gets some good ground play. And it does, and should be able to get that eagle throw in. 192 for Reese. Let's see if he's going to run this and keep up with Smuh, who's down there ready to get the eagle, rather. I think Reese is probably weighing the decision here, whether to run it. He gives us about what I would call 170 power and drops it in, and that's why he's the 2-time world champ. Chasen from 31 meters with the spike. Gonna give us a little bit of hyzer so we can aim further to the right around that drum just off the top. So he's gonna be ending with the birdie. Unfortunate round for Chasen there. 19 meters here for Smuh. Of course, he's gonna knock that down. And then Fergie's gonna finish out with his likely eagle from 94 feet and getting in there. Final scores we have through round 2. Code Blue in the lead at -32. Smuh, Reese, and Fergie will also be on the lead card going into round 3. Actually, I do have Code Blue's rounds. I decided not to put the footage in because honestly, there's nothing spectacular in the footage. It was just really good, clean play and cleaning up the good throw-ins. And that's what Enso takes, a good drive and then cleaning it up. You don't need anything spectacular to follow through. If you missed it, click the link here on the left to see round 1. Click the link on the right to see round 3 after that is posted. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And as always, stay bogey free.